Welcome to Your Sleep Coach, the podcast dedicated to helping you reclaim your nights so you can live your best days. I'm your host, Devin Burke, best-selling author, TEDx speaker, and the founder of Sleep Science Academy. I help exhausted insomniacs fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up energized using proven science-backed strategies and holistic coaching methods. So whether you're tired of tossing and turning or looking to optimize your rest for better health, you are in the right place. So each episode, we're going to dive into expert insights, practical tips, and real-life success stories to help you sleep deeply to live fully. No pills, no gimmicks, just the tools you need to create the sleep you deserve. So get ready to say goodbye to sleepless nights and hello to more peaceful, powerful, and present you. Let's dive in. Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., not because you're not exhausted and tired, but because you're afraid that you won't fall asleep? That fear, that mental noise, that pressure, it's like your mind is wide awake, even though your body is completely exhausted and tired. Now, this episode is for you if sleep has become a source of stress instead of peace. Today, we're going to be talking about something not a lot of people are addressing in the sleep space, at least enough. It's the powerful role that fear plays in keeping us awake and how we can break that cycle. I'm Devin Burke, founder of Sleep Science Academy, and every week I help people all over the world who've tried everything finally get the sleep they desire and they deserve. So if you're tired of being tired, then this episode is for you. I'm going to break down what fear is, the biology of fear, how it connects to sleep, and how we can break the fear cycle so that we can allow sleep to happen. So let's start with the basics. More specifically, your amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and emotional processing. When you worry about not sleeping, your brain can't tell the difference between the imagined threat, like what if I can't function tomorrow, and a real one, like being chased by a tiger. Literally, our body's going to respond the same way as if we were being chased by a tiger when the thought comes into our mind, what if I'm not going to be able to function tomorrow? What if I get fired because I just can't complete my task? What if I, feel so tired that I have to take a nap under my desk? Anything that's a what if usually is followed by a fearful thought. Now, this fearful thought triggers our sympathetic nervous system. I like to call this, well, most people call this, and it's known by the fight or flight mode. Heart rate goes up, the cortisol is released and surges, and guess what? Gets suppressed. Melatonin, your sleep hormone. So now you're not only stressed, you're also biologically primed your body to stay awake. It's a vicious cycle. The more afraid you are of not sleeping, the less you sleep, which fuels even more fear for the next night. Now, I worked with a woman, her name was Lisa, who hadn't slept in she was really sleeping 3 hours a night, and this was consistent 3 hours for years. And what kept her awake wasn't noise or caffeine or even her hormones. It literally was the fear that she couldn't sleep or that she would continue not to sleep or only sleep 3 hours. And that fear turned into a bed battlefield. And once we addressed the fear, her body finally started to rest again. So it's amazing when we really understand this pattern, how much of a role this pattern actually plays in sleep or a lack of there. And it's incredible when you start to shift or understand the fear pattern, what happens next. So fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it's a whisper. It shows up in the form of what I call sleep sabotage thoughts. And some of these thoughts sound like this. If I don't sleep tonight, tomorrow's going to be a disaster. Why can't I do something as basic as sleep? I'll never feel like myself again. I used to be able to sleep, and now something must be wrong with me. These thoughts create what we call hyperarousal state. The mind races, your body tightens, and the bed becomes a place of dread instead of rest. These distorted thoughts are common in insomnia. They're called catastrophic thinking. And they're especially loud in the silence of the night when there's no distractions. And the truth is, these thoughts aren't accurate, but they feel real. And that's fear at work. So how do we stop fear from hijacking our nights? Step one is awareness. Start by recognizing the fear-based thoughts. When you hear your mind say, "What if I never sleep again?" Pause. Say to yourself, "This is fear talking. This is not a fact." That simple moment of awareness can interrupt the loop. And then step two, create safety. Your body won't sleep unless it feels safe. And that's why we teach all our clients somatic tools to shift the nervous system. So some of the tools that we teach in our program, box breathing, very simple, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and then holding for 4. Progressive muscle relaxation, which is a process of tensing and tightening different areas of your body. And really just connecting to thoughts of safety, reframing your negative fear-based thoughts. Once you implement a safe space in your body, you can start shifting the internal language to, instead of "I need to have sleep," sleep comes when I allow it, not when I force it. Start to give yourself some positive self-talk and reframe the negative thought that's leading to the fear in the body. And this is what we do inside Sleep Science Academy. We help people change their mindset around sleep. And we call it dynamic sleep recalibrating. And it helps rewire these patterns using science-backed strategies that keep the patterns at bay and allow the body to remember how to do what it knows how to do, what it wants to do, which is sleep. And at Sleep Science Academy, we don't just address the symptoms. We actually get to the root. And fear is a big one for most of the clients that we work with. One of our clients, James, was so afraid of bedtime that he avoided it completely. And after just 3 weeks of addressing the fear, not the sleep, he was sleeping over 6 hours a night. And that's not rare. And going from 3 hours to 6 hours doubled his duration of sleep. And not only did he double the duration of sleep, the quality of sleep also was greatly increased. And that's what we get for 97% of the clients that we work with. So a quick recap. Fear creates stress. Stress keeps us awake. The more we fear not sleeping, the less we sleep. And it's through awareness, understanding, and helping our nervous system regulate, and through really understanding the mind and body connection that allow our body to shift out of fear and back to sleep freedom. The truth is, you can sleep. Your body hasn't forgotten how. It's just waiting for you to feel safe again. You don't need to be fearless to sleep well. Just a little more curious than afraid. One breath, one night, one shift at a time. If you'd like our help, reach out. Now, if you're ready to take the next step towards better sleep and want expert guidance, my team and I are here to help. You can book a free sleep consultation to learn more about how our proven approach can work for you. All you need to do is visit sleepscienceacademy.com to get started. And if you're passionate about sleep health and you want to help others overcome their insomnia, you can also check out our sleep coach certification program, where you'll gain all the tools and the training you need to guide clients to better sleep and transform their lives. So whether you're looking to reclaim your nights or make an impact as a sleep coach, it starts with one step. That's visit sleepscienceacademy.com to learn more. Thanks again for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review if you found this episode helpful. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next one.